Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Mm, mm, mm. What's up, guys? All right, we're doing Alexander the Great Part 3. I just woke up, but I don't care. I'm excited to keep learning about Alexander the Great. I always hold History Matters as the #1, but I have to admit, this channel is creeping up there to my favorite. I'm excited. Alexander the Great Part 3. Original video down in the top description below. Guys, keep recommending. Thank you guys so much. All the comments and everything makes me so happy. So happy. You have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into it. So, what happened last time? He smoked Darius, smoked him, and he made his way down on the coast, the eastern coast of the Mediterranean, down to Gaza, down into Egypt. I believe somewhere in Egypt he was like praised as like a son of a god or something like that. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. I'm assuming he's gonna head more further east. Let's go.
In 334 BC, Alexander, 21-year-old ruler of the small Greek kingdom of Macedonia, led an invasion of the vast Persian Empire. It seemed impossible odds. But thanks to Greek military dominance and Alexander's fearless leadership, he won 2 great battles against the Persians, at the river Granicus and at Issus. Having subdued Persian lands west of the Euphrates River, he now headed east into the empire's heartlands, seeking a final showdown with the Persian king, Darius III. Receiving news that a great Persian army led by Darius had assembled at Gaugamela, near modern Mosul in Iraq, he made straight for it. This was Darius's last chance to stop Alexander, and Alexander's chance to smash Persian...
Hold on, is he recounting the last fight, or is this a new fight? I'm so sorry, guys.
Receiving news that a great Persian army led by Darius...
It's gotta be a second battle, because the first one happened at Issus, right?
...had assembled at Gaugamela, near modern Mosul in Iraq. He made straight for it. This was Darius's last chance to stop Alexander, and Alexander's chance to smash Persian power once and for all.
Okay, so this is a new battle. I thought for a second he might be recounting the one from last episode, but so Alexander the Great, he has Darius's family and everything at this point, right? All right, let's go. Gaugamela.
Darius had chosen to fight on open ground, where his advantage in numbers would be more telling. His soldiers...
I just want to say about this channel, what makes it so awesome is its use of maps to detail, where these armies are and what, a commander has to think about. And the CGI, wherever that's from, so good. And then the amazing narrator, too. It's a great channel. Thanks, guys, again, for recommending it.
Had also worked hard to clear and flatten the terrain to make it suitable for Persian war chariots. By modern estimates, the Persian army was between 50 and 80,000 strong and made up of contingents from across the empire. Infantry from Syria and Babylonia, cavalry from Armenia, India, and Central Asia. Up to 200 scythed chariots. Even a handful of war elephants.
Cool, so you can tell how he's bringing more people from further east, because obviously the battle that occurred around the eastern Mediterranean, and so Alexander the Great sort of has control of all that. So you can see Darius pulling everyone for a final stand with Alexander the Great. taking everyone he can from his remaining empire.
Alexander's army was smaller and may have been outnumbered by as much as 2-1.
Doesn't matter.
He deployed his units in their usual formation. On the left flank, Thracian and Thessalian cavalry, commanded by Parmenion. In the center, the Macedonian veterans of the phalanx, each armed with their 18-foot sarissa pike. On the right flank, Alexander with his elite cavalry, the companions, and his best infantry, the hypaspists. These were the units with which Alexander planned to launch his main attack. Greek hoplites formed a second line and supported both wings, which were angled back to guard against encirclement by the Persians.
This is getting intense.
The battle began when Alexander led his wing out to the right, a move that took the Persians by surprise. Could Alexander really be trying to encircle their huge army?
Imagine seeing that on I'm sorry I'm pausing so much, but I gotta. Imagine seeing that. This is what I'm talking about, why this channel is so great. It's like, it's putting you over the CGI in perspective of seeing that giant army. Like, imagine what you're thinking before the real fighting starts, of just seeing this giant swath of horses and soldiers just kind of going around you. That's crazy.
Really be trying to encircle their huge army? The Persians mirrored his movement, taking troops away from their center to outflank Alexander and prevent him leaving the area they'd cleared for the Persian chariots. But Alexander's unusual maneuver was a trap to entice the Persians to weaken their center. When he saw that it had worked, he ordered his Greek cavalry to charge to keep the...
That is so smart. That is so smart. So he had his horses kind of go around, because the brunt, if you face him head on, an army with that much of a man advantage, it's going to be difficult. But he's just trying to kind of weaken them. Oh, so great.
Persians fixed in position. A giant cavalry battle developed on the right wing.
I'm going to stop pausing.
Darius, meanwhile, judging this to be the decisive moment, unleashed his chariots.
This is intense.
But expert Agrianes javelin throwers took out horses and crews, while the Greek infantry opened lanes, allowing the chariots to pass harmlessly through. Now Alexander led his companion cavalry.
What is with these helmets, guys? I keep saying this. I'm like, what is the design for? They're just kind of strange looking.
Now Alexander led his companion cavalry and parts of the Macedonian phalanx in a headlong charge straight at the weakened Persian center, fighting his way towards Darius himself.
When there's a big war going on somewhere in the universe, that always reflects.
I want to get back to Alexander.
The sudden ferocity of Alexander's assault threw the Persians into panic. The center of the army broke and ran, King Darius himself leading the rout. But Alexander's left wing was in serious trouble. Parmenion, facing a huge onslaught by Persian cavalry, was virtually surrounded. Indian and Scythian horsemen had even ridden through a gap in the Greek line. But rather than wheeling and attacking the Greeks from behind, they'd carried straight on to loot their camp. Parmenion sent a desperate appeal to Alexander for help. king abandoned his pursuit of Darius, regrouped, and charged the Persian right wing. It was the hardest and bloodiest fighting of the battle, claiming the lives of 60 of Alexander's companions. Bloodiest fighting of the battle, claiming the lives of 60 of Alexander's companions. Finally, as news of Darius's flight spread across the battlefield, the last Persian horseman turned and fled.
The horse have got pain now.
The Battle of Gaugamela was a stunning and complete victory for Alexander. According to ancient sources, he lost just a few
I don't know why I'm rooting for Alexander. I guess because he's part of the video, and I know it. I know he eventually dies at like age 30 something. I'm not sure. That's why I'm here to learn. But I shouldn't really care which side kind of wins here.
Men, while the Persians lost thousands. Alexander had routed Darius's great army. And now the road to Babylon, the empire's main capital, lay open. The Macedonian king entered the great city in triumph, recognized by Persian officials as its new rightful ruler. So too at the city of Susa, where Alexander ceremonially took his seat upon the royal throne of Persia. In the Zagros Mountains, at a pass known as the Persian Gates, a courageous Persian force held up Alexander's army for a month. The Greeks eventually found a mountain path that bypassed their position, allowing them to encircle and wipe out the defenders. In early 330 BC, Alexander reached Persepolis, the empire's ceremonial capital. Alexander wanted to appear as a liberator to the Persians, as a legitimate successor to King Darius. But now he ordered Persepolis to be pillaged and burnt. Retribution for the Persian invasion of Greece and the burning of Athens' sacred temples in 480 BC. Alexander now headed north into Media, where Darius had taken refuge in the royal city of Ecbatana. Alexander was determined to capture Darius, but the fugitive king fled east in the hope of raising a new army in the provinces of Parthia, Bactria, and Sogdia. It was not to be. As Alexander closed in, the Persian king was murdered by one of his own governors, Bessus, who then proclaimed himself the empire's new ruler. Alexander gave orders for Darius to be buried in the royal tombs of Persepolis, alongside his ancestors. Then he paused to organize his vast new empire. Alexander appointed viceroys to rule the provinces on his behalf, keeping several Persians who had sworn loyalty in their posts. Then he resumed his march east, his goal to find and kill the usurper Bessus, subjugate the empire's eastern provinces, and reach the far edge of the world. Research and artwork.
I almost want to I'm not going to watch it just yet. I'm going to wait on number 4. 4 is going to be out soon, either later today or tomorrow, guys. Awesome channel. And I can't wait for the next one. All right. Keep an eye out for the next one. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Epic History TV for sure. They are amazing. Thanks again for showing me the channel. See you guys next time.